Minister, is Zelensky really seeking peace, or does he just want to fix the strained relations between Ukraine and the United States?
After this hard talk in the Oval Office of the White House, our partners from Europe, and first of all, Keir Starmer, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, constantly said to Zelensky that the first thing that Ukraine should do is normalize situation with the United States of America. So Ukraine should not be enemies with the United States, and of course, Ukraine should not create problems for our European partners in their dialogue with the United States. That's why President Zelensky made several steps. First of all, he wrote a post in social media X, where he expressed his regret of that situation, and Donald Trump in his speech to Congress mentioned that President Zelensky posted and said that, oh, we see good steps from Ukraine, and for Ukraine it was really very important that Donald Trump actually sees that post. I'm sure that his advisors show it to him, and at least it creates background for future talks. Now the next step is today's meeting. We will see what will be there, because you should understand that Ukraine always repeats that we need justice. When someone said that you need peace, we said we need, first of all, justice, and peace based on justice. Unjust peace, it's not interesting for Ukraine, because unjust peace will be just a pause till the next war. It's very important. Ukraine have peace after Minsk agreement, and it was, as we see now, it was only pause for the full-scale war. That's why we need something more, and we need to explain to the United States of America that the propositions that now we hear from them are not creating just peace. And I think that today in those discussions, the task of Ukrainian delegation to explain to Marco Rubio and people who will be with him why we think that this proposition is the proposition to unjust peace that is not needed to Ukraine. Thank you very much.
Okay. Mr. Bouden, the United States has paused military aid to Ukraine. However, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said that the aid may resume if he delivered that Ukraine was seriously committed to peace. How likely is this, and how the issue going to be approached in talks?
And these are the usual tactics in a negotiation. What is in stake here? The U.S. is the strong party. Ukraine is the weaker party. The U.S. is saying, we stop helping you, and we give you a deadline. If you adhere to, or you accept the U.S. conditions, then we can resume, and this is possible. And if you don't accept, we'll leave the situation as it is, but you will even make the situation worse, and you will lose the war. And when you weigh the possibilities, losing the war forever, at least at this time, or accepting the U.S. conditions, which are two conditions, the access to the rare minerals and the way how to deal with the Russians, then Ukraine has no other alternative. But here, the Europeans are supporting the Ukraine, and they said that in these conditions, these peace negotiations are not at arm's length. They are not equal. Both parties are not equal. And any negotiations which can deliver an agreement which is not equally accepted in a free way, it's null and void under international law. Therefore, the U.S. are also cautious to not force an agreement which can be declared null and void. And the Europeans are supporting behind the scene Ukraine in a normal way, and because also the Europeans have had their own interests, and the Europeans are behaving in a different way.
Yes.
They are saying that, first of all, a war must end not to the benefit of the aggressor. And Ukraine is the party who has been aggressed and has rights to obtain peace, but to obtain a peace without losing its rights. If not, we will give a prime to the aggressor, and this is not acceptable for all parties. this is the key point. How the negotiations will be already a positive step now, just to have the meeting.